What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on Forever Flame Racing Reviews. We're here for day one of qualification at the Indianapolis 500, and what a day it was. So let's start off by reading some results from what happened today. Alex Palou in traditional fashion, starting off in first place, not surprising at all. And then Scott McLaughlin, the Thursdays 3s, P2, he's got a fast rocket ship. Joseph Newgarden, third place, because he's going for 3 in a row. I thought that was pretty interesting. Pato Ward really impressed me. P4 for Pato. You'll hear from him later in this video. Scott Dixon, 5th. And the surprise of the day, Robert Schwartzman and Prema, P6. Who saw that coming? That is unbelievable. I literally made a video about how Robert Schwartzman is probably going to get bumped from this race, and he's fighting for the pole position. That aged horribly. I can't believe he's actually 6th. Dave Malukas really impressed me in 7th. Felix Rosenquist is 8th with Meyer Shank. He's got a good car, although his team really disappointed me today. Takuma Sato is 9th, and Will Power is 10th. Will Power is probably the slowest Penske, obviously. Kind of disappointed by Power speed. And then you have Marcus Ericsson, the only Andretti to make it into the Fast 12. Did not see that coming. Disappointed from Andretti with Marcus Ericsson in 11th. Christian Lundgaard, the second McLaren to make it in 12th. Honestly, I was impressed with him. This is probably the best I've ever seen him in Indy 500 qualifying trim, although it was not the most impressive 12th I've ever seen, but it was a cool 12th. Conor Daly just missed out in the Fast 12. He had the last run of the day. I was so hoping he'd bump Christian, but unfortunately, it didn't go Conor's way. But I think he's got a better race car, which is what's important. Alexander Rossi, 14th. He probably ran the most today. He was out there, it felt like almost every 30 minutes. Alexander Rossi, very impressive. Kiffin Simpson, P15. He did his part after his crash yesterday. Went out there, took care of business, got in the field. Ed Carpenter, 16th. Santino Ferrucci, 17th. Does not have the pace his teammate David Malukas has. Devlin G. Francesco, 18th. Stingray Robb, 19th. Christian Rasmussen, 20th. Kyle Larson, 21st. A bit of a sophomore slump Kyle Larson is having. Louis Foster, 22nd. Kyle Milot, 23rd. He was nowhere near his teammate, Robert Schwartzman, which is very interesting because Kyle Milot is supposed to be Prema's team leader. That's why they hired him. Full-time Indy 500 winner, Leo Castroneves down in 24th. We think he's got a better race car than qualifying car. Kyle Kirkwood, 25th. He is the disappointment of the day. I had him probably on the front row. He's 25th. I even told one of my friends at the track today, Kyle Kirkwood's probably going to get the pole. Wow, he's 25th. Super disappointing. Also, Andretti, super disappointing, by the way. Nolan Siegel, 26th. The Dry Line Bolt boys with Hunter Ray in 27th and Jack Harvey in 28th. We thought they struggled in qualifying. They did their part. They got in the race. Good job. Colton Herta with a huge crash. I'm actually going to put that up here, right here. So Colton Herta had a huge crash, flipped, and it was very scary. The important thing from today is Colton Herta walks away with no injuries and is able to race. And he makes the field in 29th with a backup car, though. Graham Rahal finally makes the Indy 500 in 30th. And then the bottom 4 guys who will be competing for the bump tomorrow, Rinus VeeKay in 31st, Marcus Armstrong in 32nd. Well, and then Jacob Abel in 33rd and Marco Andretti in 34th. I know that's not their actual places. That's what they have on listed on the app. Those 4 guys will be fighting it out for your bump tomorrow. Now, who do I think is going to get the pole? It's probably either Alex Palou, Scott Dixon, Joseph Newgarden, or Scott McLaughlin. I think Dave Malukas is the dark horse tomorrow. If I'm picking my Fast 6, it's the 4 I just said, plus Malukas, and I'm going to say, why not go with Robert Schwartzman? He's been so impressive. Let's pick Robert Schwartzman to continue to have a great day. But in reality, Robert Schwartzman will probably have a reality check and fall to 12th tomorrow. The bump tomorrow, I think you're going to have Marco Andretti 31st, Rinus VeeKay 32nd. I think the bump is going to be between Marcus Armstrong and Jacob Abel. And if I'm putting money on it, I actually think Jacob Abel is going to pull something off special tomorrow and get in the field because I think Marcus Armstrong is going to have too many damages. And I think he's a little scared from his crash he had this morning because that was a big hit. So, now let's cut to some driver interviews and see you there. I'm here with Pato Ward, drive the number 5 McLaren. So obviously you drew second yesterday. So how do you think about your chances about qualifying?
It's a beautiful day, man. I'm not quite sure how much difference it's going to be from the start of the drawing versus the end. I think it's going to be more consistent than what people think. So I think it's okay if we need to do a second run or something. But ideally, we just do one run and we're good to go.
And then do you think the cars are going to be a little slower than last year? And if so, where at?
They don't look much slower, to be honest. Felix had a pretty monster lap this morning. We didn't do warm-up, but I think we're going to see very similar speeds to last year.
And then Tony's been with the team for the past couple of years, but this year as a team principal. So what's that been like?
Oh, it's great. I mean, he brings the racer mentality. He's very passionate, for sure, very emotional. So I can relate a little bit in that regard because we're both Latin. But no, he's been great to have along with us and really driving the team forward.
Sweet. Good luck today and all month of May. I'm here seeing Rob drive the number 77 Humco's Hollander machine. So obviously your draw wasn't like the best yesterday, but what do you think you can do from that?
I don't know. The conditions today seem like they're going to be pretty level. It's not going to be getting super hot through the day, I don't think. But my biggest concern is just not having time between runs. I think that it helps a lot to be able to go in kind of the first 10-ish, so you can kind of reset, look at data, come back out, and hopefully have a second chance. But starting that deep, we'll see what it's like. I think that I'm not the only one, though. McLaughlin's right there with us. Another quick car. So we didn't go out for practice this morning. We're just trying to put all of our eggs in one basket here, and hopefully it'll work out.
Do you think you have a shot at the Fast 12? Because obviously last year, Augustine probably would have put it in the Fast 12 if it wasn't for that plenum fire.
Yeah, I think that there's always a chance. The conditions have been really tough, though, and watching practice this morning, there's a few cars that have some speed that hopefully we can reach, but I think that our goal is just to get a full run-in, flat, and then hopefully go from there. But like I said, conditions have been tough. Marcus Armstrong crashing this morning is clearly an obvious thing to look at, obvious example of that. So hopefully he's all right, and hopefully we can have a better run than what he had today.
Sweet, thank you. I'm here with Dave Malukas, driver from AJ Foyt Racing. So your draw was, it was okay yesterday. So what do you think you'll be able to do from that?
It could be a lot worse. We're right in the middle of the mix, so it's not too bad. I think temperature at that point is like 65, 66 degrees. So having to trim a little bit, but there's some other guys that are going to be having a lot bigger issues. But we did a run this morning, did a 4-lap average, and it was very fast. The car is very good, and I think it was a good test for us. So I think it's going to be looking good later today.
Do you think the winds will affect the car handling at all?
I think so for sure, but personally to me, I prefer a crosswind than a headwind. There's not a big differential between the two parts of the track, just with the speed differential that you're carrying. So I'm pretty happy with the way the wind is. Obviously, it's very gusty, so 1 and 2 is going to be interesting, but nothing that the car that can't handle.
Sweet. Thank you for your time. I'm here with Christian Ratchesman from Ed Carpenter Racing. So how do you think your car is going to handle in the wind today?
Hey, that's a good question. I think we'll be all right. I think the wind is not too much changed from yesterday. It's just way cooler, so that kind of eases it a little bit, makes it a little bit easier for us out there. So even though it's windy, it's the cooler temperature helps. So I think we'll be all right.
Do you think your cars had the speed for the Fast 12 today?
I think we're right on the cusp of it. Yeah, I think we have had some fast cars all month, and I believe that we'll be right there.
And then Thursday you had that small little spin in the interview. You called it a successful day. So did that set you back at all?
No, it didn't. We were out on track, I think, an hour and 15 minutes after the spin. So I don't know. It's obviously not optimal, but it's what happens sometimes. So we got out of it relatively unscathed. I think the only damage we had was just the rear wing had just a minor crack in it. So pretty good for spinning at 200 plus mile an hour. And we got out again, and we've just kind of continued our plan.
Sweet, thank you. Good luck today. I'm here with Humco's Hollander's driver number 76, Connor Daly. So how do you feel about your speed going into qualifying today?
If I'm completely honest with you, I don't think anyone really has much of an idea at all. These are the hardest cars to drive ever today, so and this weekend, but just gotta find out later.
Sweet, good luck. I'm here with Rena's VK driver number 18 Dale Coin machine. So obviously you drew 34, so does that worry you at all?
It is what it is. It's just a random draw. Unfortunately, we got a bit unlucky, but it is going to be closest to the conditions we drove in yesterday. So we had a good run there. I think it's actually a positive thing because we know what to expect.
And then the cars are obviously going to be in a lot of wind today. So you think that's going to affect your car at all?
It will, but it was also windy yesterday. So Jacob, my teammate, he drove this morning and looked pretty good. So I'm sure we can tackle it.
Sweet, thank you. Good luck today. Pagano, so what's it like coming back to the Speedway as a mentor role for Scott McLaughlin?
Well, surprisingly, I'm having a lot of fun doing this. Did not expect I would be here doing this someday, but I enjoy it, and Scott's great. Obviously a very explosive talent, immense talent, and I'm just trying to help him with giving him tools, understand his place, and speed up the process of learning. You're learning every day here, so if you can have someone that has the experience, it really speeds things up for you. So I'm just glad I get to work with the elite driver. Someone of his level is quite amazing.
Sweet, thank you. This is the outro for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed me breaking down the order and the driver interviews. I'll be back here tomorrow for day 2 of Indy 500 qualifying. I think it's going to be fascinating. 13 through 30th are locked in. They will not qualify. The top 12 tomorrow will go out, and then the Firestone Fast 6 will happen. So those top 12 will go out. 7 through 12 in that session will be qualified. The top 6 will go out and compete for pole, and obviously where the top 6 finish in that session is where they qualify. And then we have the last row shootout tomorrow, where 4 cars will compete for the final 3 spots in the Indianapolis 500. It's going to be fascinating. I can't wait to see how it shapes out. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that video tomorrow, where I'll have more driver interviews and details about the qualifications. With that being said, subscribe and see ya.